Manu Oku, a Hawaiian seabird story by Savannah Crosby, Hunter de Turk, and Laura Doucette. Over the Pacific Ocean soars a native Hawaiian seabird, Manu Oku, also called the white fairy tern, with snow-white feathers, sharp black and blue bill, with piercing black eyes. He may appear dainty, but his wings span a meter and help him to dance through the wind in search of a tasty fish to eat. Swooping down to glide across the surface, he snatches one. After a few years of growing and flying solo, the male tern spots another beautiful bird just like him. They play and dance and decide to make a family together. Back on land, the lovebirds find a tree to lay their egg. Unlike other native bird species, they decide to move to a city tree. They can be seen across the northwestern Hawaiian Islands too, but have only been found nesting in the main Hawaiian Islands in the southeast areas of Oahu. It is thought terns thrive in Honolulu because the city keeps up with tree trimming. One of the most unique behaviors of the terns is that they do not build a traditional nest. They lay a single speckled egg directly on a branch, notch, or fork of tree branches to secure it from falling. A new chick hatches from their egg after about 35 days. With the pecking of its tiny but mighty beak, the chickling begins to protrude through the pearly speckled egg to join its new family up in the tree. When chicks hatch, they are born with dark brown, gray, or tan downy fluff with black dots on their head that will slowly turn snow white like their parents as they grow, while their skin is black. While the chick sits and waits on its tree branch home, her parents will spend hours wandering over the ocean in search of fish to bring back for the chick to eat. Parents can travel as far as 120 miles, the same distance from Oahu to Molokai and back, just to find Ono, delicious, grub. This little chick will eat all sorts of fish while they grow up. As young as 1 day old, they are already feeding on fish like guppies, squid, and small needlefish. You can estimate a chickling's age by the plumage color changes until it is fully white, like its parents. Their darker color at birth helps camouflage them into their tree branch nest, hiding them from potential predators. This chick is about 5 weeks old, indicated by the very fluffy downy feathers, few remaining dark spots, and bill that is starting to show some blue coming in. Competition for habitat from aggressive non-native and invasive species like the common myna can lead to conflict between species within Honolulu's urban jungle environment. Chicks are also vulnerable to predators like barn owls, cats, rats, and some native species like the Ayo Hawaiian hawk and Pueo Hawaiian owl. Although terns have strong webbed feet with claws to grip their tree branch homes, attacks from predatory species and confrontations with vulnerable Manu Oku chicks can lead to danger. When a chick falls or is pushed out of its tree, the young tern cannot yet fly to return to the nest. They may try to climb the tree, but usually are not successful. If a chick is found on the ground, it is very important to be returned to the same spot or as close to the nesting site as possible. If it is returned to a different part of the tree, the parents may not recognize it as their own and may ignore it or even attack it and need help to get back into their nest. The best thing you can do if you find a chick out of its tree is to place the chick back at its nest site. If you are sure of where the nest site is, but it is unreachable, or if you are unsure of the exact nest site, you can call this hotline 808 379 7555 for rescue assistance. If possible, you should wait with the chick until help arrives, leaving it where it is. If you cannot stay, you should place the chick as high off the ground as possible and close to the site at which you found it, keeping it safe from predators. Safely back in its nest, this chick awaits another feeding. A fully grown, with only a small amount of remaining white plumage, she is almost ready to fledge, aka fly, out on her own and find her own fish. Thankfully, due to protections under state law, In the Federal Migratory Bird Treaty Act, Manu Oku populations continue to grow so she can find her own mate eventually and continue to thrive. Now a fully fledged adult, she will eventually find a mate of her own who will return to her nest to start a family of her own. Mahalo nui loa, and a special thanks to Dr. Cynthia Hunter, Dr. David Duffy, and the Hui Mano Oku.